All right, I don't know what's been working, but now it's all working. I'm super dark here. Let's do this. Let's brighten this up so we can see the glow of my face. We're here. We're live. We should probably tell everyone.
I am. Well,
yeah, see, because now I can see the audio working here. Oh, by the way, there's a new Steven Universe.
Yeah, I know. I haven't. Oh, okay. Audacity just crashed.
No, that's okay. I haven't started Audacity.
Oh. Well, it gave us an error report for some reason.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure what that's all about.
Yeah,
but
why were the levels going when there was nothing happening?
What do you mean? There's
on Audacity again.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's
No, let's
fine.
be quiet for a second and watch it still goes. Yeah, it's picking up.
No, it's picking up ambient sound. It's supposed to.
Picking up too much, though.
No, it's supposed to pick up ambient sound.
Yeah, but that's way too much.
No, it's fine. See, because this is recording volume.
I don't know.
I can turn this down.
Yeah.
But then we get turned down as well. See?
Doesn't seem to be correct.
No, it's right. It's good.
Okay.
All right. No, we're good. We just got to go. We're live.
It's true.
All right. So this, unfortunately, is our last podcast of the year.
Unfortunately. We never stop.
Like I said, of the year.
Yeah, but nothing changes.
Well, we'll have some changes.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, last regular podcast.
It's our season 3 finale.
Well, this is... Not really.
Technically.
Okay. It's weird, because this is our last episodic.
Yes.
But not our last
regular
podcast.
Episode. Right.
Broadcast.
So it's our season finale, and the rest are specials.
Sure. Made for movies.
Right. Made for TV. Well, made for podcast specials.
All right, right here.
Okay, so we can go for it. Hello.
Please don't crash. Please don't crash.
Please don't crash. Hello, it's the Media Boat Podcast.
All right, it looks like we have waveforms. It looks like we're good.
Everything looks good. We are live right now on YouTube.com with the Media Boat Podcast. My name is Matt. His name is Mike.
I'm Mike. He's Matt. It is December the 26th.
Is the day after Christmas, Boxing Day for all our British fans.
Yep.
It is. This is our final regular episode of the Media Boat Podcast of the year. In case you don't know what the Media Boat Podcast is, we are a podcast about news, about movies, television, music, and video games. Not necessarily in that order, but in some order thereof. Like I said, last episode of the regular season, we have our specials for our end of the year 2018 wrap up that we've been doing all week for you guys. As of recording, 2 out of 4 of those are up already. We have our recap of movies that went up on Monday and our recap of television that went up on Tuesday. Tomorrow is Thursday, which means we will have the music. And then Friday's podcast will be all about the year in video games. And we'll also have a podcast going up
on the 31st.
And what is that one exactly?
That is our So Long 2018. We Hardly Knew You. Looking forward to 2019.
Got it. All right. So our final wrap-up show.
Yeah, because there's some... It's basically talking about stuff that we didn't talk about within our individuals wrap-up sessions.
Yeah.
And then also stuff that we don't cover here, but are just stuff that happened in general in 2018.
Yeah, so look forward to that. But in the meantime, this is our last regular show. And if you're not familiar with our format, that means we're just going to give you the straight news.
And we always start with the weekend box office.
Let's get into it.
So,
yes, we start with movies, and we always start with the weekend box office. And this week, we had a brand new number one of all the movies vying for your Christmas dollar. one stood above the pack, and that was Aquaman. DC's Aquaman made $67 million.
Congratulations, Jason Momoa and James Wan.
Yeah.
You can now proudly show #1 film in America in all your commercials now.
Actually, I've seen the commercials, and they're saying #1 movie in the world.
Oh, so it must have got an international release too.
Yeah. $72 million total for that thing so far, domestically. #2, just underneath there, about a 50, give or take, 50 million deficit here between the two. Mary Poppins Returns also debuted this week, $23 million.
That's quite a dip especially for a Disney film.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Maybe marketing wasn't there. I feel like I didn't see that many trailers before it came out.
I know I saw Aquaman trailer everywhere.
Exactly, but now I'm seeing nothing but Mary Poppins stuff.
Okay.
But I don't know what happened. Hopefully that thing will make more money over towards New Year here.
Right, as it gets some award nominations.
Yeah, it'll benefit.
It has to win awards, I think, for people to see it, which is an unfortunate double-edged sword there.
Yeah, but I thought it would do better too. I think this is a surprise for sure.
I know.
#3, coming in at #3, the other big action debut this week, Bumblebee.
Bumblebee
came in just under Mary Poppins with $21 million.
Yeah, but apparently it's critically good.
Yeah, people like it, which is weird because it's a Transformers movie, which are traditionally shat upon.
Right,
So,
and stars John Cena.
John Cena. But yeah, and then #4, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse continues. With another $16 million. That's up to 64. It'll probably make 100 by the year end.
Probably by the year.
The Mule is your #5 movie. That's the Clint Eastwood drug mule movie.
No, not by year end, because this is year end. But it's run.
Next week, right?
Yeah.
It has another week to make some more money.
To make 40 mil?
Yeah, maybe not. The Mule made $9 million, coming in at #5. If you're wondering about the other notable movies here, we have two more that we want to mention.
Two more new releases.
Second Act came in at #7 with $6 million. That was the J-Lo Working Girl movie.
Yes.
And then lastly, Welcome to Marwen with Steve Carell made a measly $2 million this week and is at #9.
That's another commercial that I saw everywhere too.
Big bomb. Upcoming, there's still movies coming this year. Only a couple more. Next week, or today, I guess.
Today,
I should say.
yes.
Holmes and Watson's, the John C. Reilly,
Will Ferrell comedy
vehicle, comes out, and also Vice, the critically acclaimed Adam McKay directed and written.
Yes, those are out.
Dick Cheney.
Right
Today.
now.
So
there is no Friday release.
Actually, don't go and see them. Watch our podcast first, and then later go see them. All right, those are your upcoming releases. So let's roll into movie news, unless you saw any movies.
I did not, unfortunately, see any movies.
I saw a movie.
I was too busy.
Yeah, I saw a movie.
What did you see?
It's not what you think it is. I saw a movie that was seasonally appropriate for Christmas Eve. I watched The Princess Switch on Netflix. That's Vanessa Hudgens and Vanessa Hudgens.
In Vanessa Hudgens?
So it's a Prince and the Pauper thing.
Oh, it's a Parent Trap thing.
There's a regular Vanessa Hudgens, who is a baker from Chicago, who meets Princess Vanessa Hudgens, who is actually a duchess being married to a prince. They switch lives because they look exactly the same. And so
Sounds like a Hilary Duff film thing.
Yeah, pretty much. So this thing tonally jumped out of 2003. Like everything about it could have happened 15 years ago. It was tricky.
And you couldn't tell.
Yeah, no, you would have been able to write that movie 15 years ago. But yeah, it's definitely that kind of movie. Think Disney Channel original kind of vibe to it. It's very much a cheesy romance thing for Christmas. You kind of missed your opportunity to see this if this sounds appealing because it's not seasonally appropriated anymore. But if this was on your radar, you probably saw it last week. But yeah, it's fun. It's cheesy fun. But Vanessa Hudgens, I don't know.
Cheesy goodness.
So yeah, that's exactly what you think it is.
Okay.
Moving on then into movie news. Our first bit of news is a follow-up about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Guess what? They have a fun nod in the movie about a character making a Christmas album. Well, that joke came real.
Yes.
The Sony Pictures Animation is releasing a soundtrack featuring the Christmas songs. I guess include in the movie. I haven't seen the movie. Are there Christmas songs in the movie?
So no, in the movie they make a joke about Spider-Man's success.
Oh yeah,
and he's like, "Yeah, I sold merchandise. I went on talk shows. I made a Christmas album."
Oh, okay, and so they made that Christmas album.
And so that Christmas album joke is now an actual thing.
Okay, so it's a Christmas album of Spider-Man themed Christmas songs.
Yes.
I guess. Including, you have down here, Chris Pine has a rendition of something called Spidey Bells.
Yes, Chris Pine plays Spider-Man in that universe. And so, yeah, that's his voiceover in the beginning, and then that's him as Spider-Man, and he'll be singing some Christmas tunes.
Yeah. Weird. But yeah, it's called A Very Spidey Christmas, and it was released on the 21st. And you can download it just in time for Christmas. Oh, wait, it was yesterday.
Oh, wait, that happened already.
Next up, we have news about... Well, actually, a lot of news about Jordan Peele this week. Big week for him as he released another trailer for Us, his next film.
You mean his first trailer?
Or I guess that was a teaser last time, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a trailer for Us, his next film, coming out in 2019. But also... he's announced that they're taking submissions over at his production company Monkey's Paw for screenplays.
Yay!
He says there's an online forum where anybody can submit their script for consideration. However, in the fine print, it does state that there's no confidential relationship between you and the studio, which means that people at the studio can talk about your screenplay with whoever they want. And that could develop, other studios could get word of that and make a similar script if they deem necessary. So, yeah, it's not exactly how it is when you have an agent in actual Hollywood, but still kind of cool that they're kind of opening the door to scripts.
Which is good because Jordan Peele's two films, Get Out and now Us, are really weird. So if you have a really weird, inventive screenplay
they're original.
With layers in your story... give it a shot. I mean, the worst they could do is sell it to someone else and they make money.
Yeah. wait a minute. That is the worst that could happen. It's terrible. That's not
I said the worst that could happen.
It's the worst that could happen. All right, anyways, moving on. Our next story is about... Hey, did you like Jumanji, the reboot?
It was okay. I had not a lot of complaints about it, but I know that it made a lot of money.
Do you want another one?
Not particularly.
Well, too bad. They're making another Jumanji. The sequel will begin filming on January 21st. The filming locations have finally been revealed. The original film was shot in Hawaii, but this time the film will shoot in Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Canada.
That sounds like a bunch of green screen stages.
Yeah, for around 4 months. There's no official title for the sequel, but there is a release date of December 13th, 2019.
So, yeah, they went to Hawaii to shoot the jungle scenes there, but yeah.
This sounds like, they're going to go the cheaper route this time.
It sounds like it.
Which is fine. That movie is mostly special effects from what I understand.
It is.
So it's fine. Probably won't make a difference.
I don't think so.
Remember that quaint time, speaking of 2003, remember that quaint time where it was a big deal that what was that movie? Sky Captain of the World of Tomorrow was going to be completely in front of green screens.
Yeah.
And we all thought that was so crazy.
What a crazy concept. Why would they ever do that? That's just, why? Just do it in front of real stuff.
Now that's every single movie.
It is.
Like Avatar, especially after Avatar.
After Avatar.
It's like,
especially with
Marvel.
Especially with now Marvel, like a lot of it being green screen.
Every single one of those.
Computer animated. It's like, well, I guess we really don't need a background.
Craziness. All right. Next up, we have the return of one of my favorite features.
This is only making a return because I don't believe we've done it this year.
No, I don't know if we have. Maybe a long time, like maybe
back in January, February. But before we get out of this year, we have to do it one last time.
It's time for the bits.
The bits.
Bits. We got some bits for you.
All right.
Which is what we call, since it's been a while since we did this bit. It's been a while since, but there are little stories that didn't make sense to have entire segments dedicated to.
Basically,
it's a rapid fire, lightning round, you could call it.
Yeah, it's stories that are out there that we're going to tell you that happened, but because there's no actual details behind them, we can't really go into detail about them.
So here are the bits. First up, Black Mirror, the new series, the new season, I guess. Well, I guess that was very British of me to call it a series.
It's a series.
Will feature a choose-your-own adventure on Netflix. They've already had shows in this format, some children's shows, some adult shows, and this will have 5+ hours of footage for this. So you will choose how the story pans out, and you might not see all of this footage.
It's quite an undertaking.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy that they shot that much. But yeah, that'd be really cool because it will form a lot of those water cooler moments where you're like, hey, so what did you do in Black Mirror?
So if you do this choice with this choice and this choice and this choice, eventually there's a frog.
Dude, I want a frog.
Okay, I
want a frog to show up.
Just somewhere, just a random frog.
Yeah, I just saw this frog. That's how it ended.
Yeah.
Everybody became frogs.
I don't understand how I got there, but it's a thing.
And then one frog opened up its mouth and it was like, "Cell phones are ruining us," and then it cut to black, and then the episode was over.
But we don't know.
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror.
All right.
There's still no release date for Black Mirror.
No, but we'll see. First trailer for us, as I mentioned, by Jordan Peele, is out.
Yep, it is creepy. Don't know what's going on in that thing.
Yeah, also we got a trailer for a new Men in Black movie called Men in Black International.
Because they couldn't do domestic anymore.
Yeah. No, it's named after where it'll make its money.
Probably. This stars Liam Neeson as the boss, Chris Hemsworth as the lead man.
Yeah.
And I don't remember her name, but she was in Thor Ragnarok. What's her name?
Yeah.
Tessa Thompson.
Tessa Thompson, thank you.
Yes.
But I think the most promising thing about this is either one of them, either the Hemsworth or
Liam Neeson,
will rap the title song.
I don't think so, but apparently one of them will be the spy because you don't get Liam Neeson without him being some kind of heavily involved
He has to
aspect.
be a badass. He has to be a badass.
Yeah.
He's Liam Neeson. You don't cast Liam Neeson unless you're going to have him do something ridiculous.
Also, this officially puts down any rumors of that Men in Black 21 Jump Street crossover.
I want that to be real. Maybe what they'll do is that there'll be a cameo appearance of those two characters in this movie. That'd be so great. Just really briefly, like they're like trying to solve something in a bar and they're like in the corner drinking or something. That'd be pretty good.
We'll see.
Anyway, also in the bits, Angelica Houston will be in John Wick Chapter 3.
Yes, there is a John Wick Chapter 3.
Sure. That's
unknown details about it,
cool
but
for
it's
somebody.
happening.
Wonder Woman 1984, which is the sequel to Wonder Woman, is finally has wrapped production.
Yes, I think the official title was Wonder Woman 2016.
Yes. Yes, Wonder Woman 2016. No,
Yes.
this is Wonder Woman 1984, which comes out in 2019.
Yes.
Figure that out. And then, that's it for our bit. So that's it for movie news. A little quick segment this week.
For the year, it's done.
It's done, which means it's time to move on to television. And we always start television with Mike's Sports Corner.
So, I'd like to say a heartfelt congratulations to all you who won your fantasy football Super Bowls this past weekend.
Congratulations.
And I'd like to give a big F you to Jared Cook.
Who failed you.
Who failed me.
Yeah.
I ended up losing my championship by 2 points. Thank you, Jared Cook, for only getting 2 points the entire game.
Aw.
You should have caught more passes. And just a big F you to Oakland right now because this last weekend was the last Raider game in the Oakland's Coliseum as they will be moving to Las Vegas start of next season.
Packing up, moving out.
Yep. I didn't actually see the end, but apparently there was like Twitter chatter of the fans storming the field at the end of the game.
Yeah, just to feel it
Just
under their feet.
Just to basically say this is our home.
Yeah.
And basically stick it to Oakland's general management for moving the team.
Hashtag Raider Nation.
Yeah. Apparently, one of the guys asked a security guard if he would get stopped. He's like, I'm a Raider fan first. That was his response.
That's fun. That's fun. What else in sports? First up, you have here, if you want me to read what you have written, Saturday is the college playoffs.
Oh, yeah. So,
Clemson versus Notre Dame and Alabama versus Oklahoma.
Yep. Good luck to your college playoffs. It's been a month in the making.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, it's bowl week this week.
Yeah.
Check your local listings for your favorite team, to what bowl they're playing.
Get your Tostitos ready for the Fiesta Bowl.
It's no longer the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
I know. It will
it's
be
the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl.
It's always in my heart.
It is.
The Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
It is.
Delicious.
But yes, check for fun bowl names and sponsorships.
Yeah, always.
And yeah,
and of course, this also means it's the last week of the NFL before the playoffs.
Yes. Sunday is the last week of the NFL, and we had a flex game. Flex games are when the NFL deems a game too important to just be played in normal broadcast settings, that they flex it to prime time.
Yeah, it's important.
This week it is the Colts versus the Tennessee Titans.
Wow. Okay.
Where the winner will go to the playoffs.
Because Colts are among 6 teams that are on the bubble.
So there's six teams trying to fight for 3 positions.
So that would be the Colts, the Ravens, the Vikings, the Titans, the Eagles, and the Steelers.
Yes.
Okay. What's your picks? What do you who do you think are the playoff teams to watch?
The Colts. Mm-hmm. They have a great defense now. They have a great run game and luck in the passing game. Yep. They are dangerous if they get into the playoffs. Number 2, the Saints. They are the top team right now.
Really?
They are a high-scoring offense. They have a lot of weapons on offense. Their defense they stop people. Okay. They have the best record in the league.
All right.
The Bears will be fun to watch as rookie head coach Matt Nagy takes a team that was sub 500 last year, basically sub 500 pretty much all of Jay Cutler's years, and for the first time in this, since they basically were in the Super Bowl 10 years ago, are going to make the playoffs.
The Bears.
The Bears. They're good this year.
Who knew?
And Mitch the Truth Trubisky. That's his nickname.
It's stupid.
It's great. Is on fire as a quarterback right now.
Okay.
Don't put him out.
True.
Yes. Also, look out for the Rams. Basically, I think the winner's going to come out of the NFC between the Rams, the Saints, or the Bears.
All right.
And it'll be interesting to see who they come out of the AFC.
I'm just glad that I haven't heard anything positive about the Patriots this season.
Oh, so want your positive thing about the Patriots?
Okay.
Give
it to me.
For the 10th year in the row, they have won the division.
Damn it. It's disappointing.
How about this one disappointing? There's only been 1 year where the Patriots did not make the playoffs under Tom Brady.
Ew.
And that was his first year when he came in after an injured Drew Bledsoe.
Gross. I hate it. All right, let's move on, Ben. Anything else on sports before we move out of sports?
LeBron got injured.
Yeah, LeBron got hurt. And then he said something dumb. He quoted 21 Savage lyrics and got in trouble.
He did?
Yeah, that's the other thing I heard about him this week.
I was watching that game. He basically overstretched his groin. Mm-hmm. He said he heard a pop, but MRI came back negative. So he's listed as day-to-day.
Okay.
But the Lakers still won. They beat Golden State without LeBron.
Well, that's something, I guess.
Yep, that's something.
All right, let's move out of sports then and talk about television news.
All right.
If you are on the Netflix trick, like if you've heard anything about Netflix recently, it's probably been about Friends.
People binge watch Friends.
People love Friends for some inexplicable reason. It is super popular, especially on Netflix, where it is the only game in town for streaming it. But the deal with Netflix to show Friends almost went away.
So it would have ended as of December 31st, 2018.
End of the year.
End of the year.
Well, fans were in uproar when this news got out that Friends was going to be removed from Netflix. So the deal was renewed. It will continue through 2019, thanks in large part to the new deal that made to the tune of $80 million and $100 million.
Somewhere in that range. No exact number was given.
The new deal will remove the exclusive part for Netflix as Warner Media looks to launch its own streaming service, which we talked about before, next year. Today, all 6 lead actors from Friends receive 2% of syndication income, or $20 million each per year, since the show still brings in $1 billion annually. So that.
So I don't think they're hurting for money, which means you will not see a reunion anytime soon.
No, they have no reason to do it, and this explains though why the show was going to be off of Netflix, because Warner was like doing the Disney thing and being like, this is ours.
Hey, people love Friends.
We're gonna put this where we get the money.
Yeah, it's like people love Friends. Let's just put it on our own for free, where we pay minimal dollars to keep it running.
But it's back, so people will still have their Friends to binge on Netflix for another year.
Also, real briefly, that's a pretty good deal to get $20 million a year for doing nothing.
I know, right? Well, not nothing. They're all working in some capacity.
David Schwimmer is working?
David Schwimmer is doing a bunch of episodes of Will and Grace.
Oh, is he still on there?
He's a recurring character on there.
Is he still on there?
Then Lisa Kudrow, I don't know. She's Lisa Kudrow. She deserves it.
Matthew Perry,
I don't know. He was doing other stuff for a while.
Jennifer Aniston still needs to run
Jennifer
those
Aniston
commercials.
is Jennifer Aniston. She does movies now. Like, she's a movie star.
She also does commercials for no reason.
Commercials for, like, Activia and stuff.
It's she's for, like, lotion and stuff.
Yeah.
Courtney Cox had another hit series in Cougar Town.
Courtney Cox was working.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all working. It's just, they're not regulars on anything right now. I think.
And Matt LeBlanc, we
LeBlanc
rounded off the cast for you guys.
The episode's is over.
Well, he's also doing Top Gear for a little bit.
Yeah, he was doing Top Gear. Lisa Kudrow was on The Comeback for a while, but I think that's over too.
Yes.
So, anyways, let's move on. We can't talk about the Friends Forever. Friends Forever is a different show. But we can talk unfortunately, about Kevin Spacey.
No, this is good news.
He was in the news this week. But yeah, well, first for a video thing that he tried to get viral. And then
where he spoke to people as Frank Underwood, even though Frank Underwood wasn't in the last season. By the way, I ended up not watching that last season because I didn't. Well, one, because like today's politics is too hectic for even me to keep up with. Yeah. So why do I want to follow fake politics at that point?
Is too much at this point.
Yeah.
But the other thing that happened about Kevin Spacey is he's gotten his charge. The actor will face a charge of felony sexual assault and will be arraigned on a charge of indecent assault and battery at Nantucket District Court on January 7th, 2019. This was the alleged assault that took place with a male victim at a Nantucket bar in July 2016. We previously reported this when this got out to the public. But yes, he's gotten his comeuppance, so we won't be seeing much of Kevin Spacey anytime soon. All right, let's move on.
Yep, I got nothing to say for the band.
That's all we need to say. Let's move on to our next story, which is a follow-up about the TV series of Lord of the Rings over at Amazon.
You mean the $1 billion series?
That extremely expensive deal that was made. Lord of the Rings television series. So that the New Zealand government is getting involved. They're threatening the production of the series as Amazon executives meet with Economic Development Minister of New Zealand, David Parker, to express their concerns about a lack of studio capacity in Auckland, where they are presumably shooting this.
Well, they would be shooting them because that's where Lord of the Rings was shot, in New Zealand.
So at $1 billion, the series is said to be the most expensive television series in history, and possibly one of the most lucrative for the country of New Zealand. The studio is aware of the problem, but is optimistic that they can announce a successful resolution with Minister by next month.
So this wasn't only for economic purposes, but it was also for environmental purposes as well. As you bring in that influx of people, they're going to be wanting to shoot on location constantly.
Yeah.
And what will that do to endanger the environment?
Right. It's a lot of questions to be answered, I'm sure, if you're the New Zealand government. Even though those movies were super successful, there's no guarantee that this will be. So that's like they have to really weigh weigh the options.
Pros and cons here.
Pros and cons for sure. All right. Next up, Paley Fest is happening. This is the annual TV festival put on by the Paley Institute, I guess.
Yes, it is the Paley Institute.
The 36th annual Paley Fest. It has, among the events that are happening at the fest, is a special Parks and Rec 10-year reunion. 10 years since the beginning of the show.
Yes, Tintin it premiered.
On its hands, and tickets for it are a hot commodity. There have been many reunions of Parks and Rec since its final episode.
Not many, many.
M-I-N-I.
Yes.
But this will be the first time the actors and creators will be all in the same room for one. Other shows include, that are, I guess, having panels, will include This Is Us and Pose, and the full slate of panels will be announced on the 14th.
Yes, these are just what they've confirmed so far, but a Parks and Rec reunion.
Yeah, I had one of those, oh God, really? Moments when I saw that the premiere of Parks and Rec was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, shoot, that doesn't feel like 10 years ago.
2008.
Yeah.
Yeah. That terrible first season.
That happened. I don't know. It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't as good as what was to come.
Yes.
All right. That's it for television news.
Did you watch anything?
Did I watch anything that was television? No. It's still, everything's on break right now. So yes. I'm in the middle of shows.
Yes. But for those of you who are interested in still watching it, The Orville will premiere in 2018 as promised.
Ew.
The last Sunday in 2018. So technically,
gross.
In the fine print, they'll still say season 2 premiere 2018, even though it's like December 29th, 2018.
Disgusting.
It got its premiere this year.
Disgusting. All right, let's move on. Cancellations and renewals.
All right. Cancellations and renewals.
First up, we have a renewal over at Showtime. Ray Donovan will get renewed for a 7th season.
I do believe that is like one of their only hits. Well, that and Billions.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the Showtime show right now.
Right.
So it makes sense that they would keep it going.
It's going to hit a Dexter lull.
Probably. If it hasn't already. I actually don't know anybody who watches Ray Donovan.
I watched the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, okay.
Because my dad wanted to watch it, and I did not watch anything
after. It seems like
after.
a your dad show. It seems like a dad show.
It is a very
Dads
dad
probably
show.
really love Ray Donovan.
Probably.
All right, next, over on NBC, Marlon canceled after 2 seasons.
That's the Marlon Wayne show.
Yes.
Marlon.
Canceled. Also canceled on NBC, Midnight Texas.
That's the Texas at Midnight show.
Thank you for clarifying. And also canceled over at Sci-Fi after 5 seasons, Z Nation, which I presume was a zombies show.
Yes, that is canceled, but there will be a prequel to that that is currently shooting and will premiere next year.
Okay. According to this list, we have no deaths. So that means...
Yeah, there was one, but I think it was like a producer who died, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we would read them if we had them.
If I thought it was important, I would have written it down.
Wow.
Okay, if I thought it was significant.
News from the front. Another dad likes Ray Donovan.
It is a dad show then.
Dad show.
Ray Donovan.
Call it that now, Showtime. All right, that means we move out of television and into the Billboard charts.
All right, and we always start Billboard with the 100?
Yes, your Hot 100, which is your singles chart, topped again this week by Ariana Grande's Thank You Next. Some would say the best song of 2018. I was not that person, but there are people who say that. And then following that, number 2, Halsey with Without Me. Number 3, Sicko Mode by Travis Scott. Number 4, Sunflower Spider, which is, I guess, off the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse soundtrack, by Post Malone and Sway Lee. And then rounding out your top 5, Happier by Marshmello and Bastille. Moving on to your Billboard 200 chart, which is your albums chart, if it'll load here. Ray Donna Dad. That's good too. Thank you, viewer. Your number 1 album this week, debuting at number 1, Kodak Black with Dying to Live.
Premiering at number 1?
Dying to Live. I'm going to say that one more time. Dying to Live. By Bodak. Yeah. No, that's something else. By Kodak Black. Followed by number 2, Championship. Let's see.
You know you can mute that.
I'm trying to. expand this so I can see what the actual title of this Meek Mill album is. It's not going to tell
All right,
me.
so it's Meek Mill.
Starts with championship.
Champions and beer bongs and Bentleys.
Number 3 is Star is Born soundtrack. Number 4, Christmas by Michael Bublé. And number 5, the soundtrack for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Hey!
Debuting into the top 5 this week. All right, that is it for Billboard charts. So let's move into the upcoming releases. New music, it doesn't return until January 11th, but we do have one release this week. Palisades with Erase the Pain.
They decided to put out an album.
Yes. I don't know.
Oh.
Let's move into music news.
Well, let's stick with the Billboards 200
Okay.
as we have a record setter, maybe?
Yeah, I guess we do. Well, we have a Spotify record that's been broken
Well, not before that.
by... Oh, sorry. Yes, I skipped ahead. We do have a Billboard 200 record that's been broken. And it's by the most predictable album that it could be by, because it's the album that's been on the chart the longest and the most, like weeks or something. I forget what it is. But yes, Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon has now been on the Billboard 200 for 939 straight weeks, which is over 18 years total.
Which means for it to cross 1,000 weeks, it's going to take about another year and a half.
Yeah. It is the most of any album currently on the list, and it is currently sitting at 172. The reasoning being probably because every time, for every college student, there's at least one copy of Dark Side of the Moon. That's just a fact. You go to college and they hand you when they hand you your syllabus for your first class, they also hand you a copy of Dark Side of the Moon.
And you're supposed to read it and listen to it at the same time, and it'll have this
connects,
weird,
man.
Yes, it just weirdly makes sense.
It
together.
connects.
But then, also you watch your college's football games, but you play the record backwards at the same time.
Dark Side of the Moon backwards,
and weirdly they'll score.
Yeah,
like great play will happen right as the
they'll earn
key
exactly
changes.
666 points, and the devil will show up. It's pretty boss. You should try it. All right.
The Arizona Sun Devils will show up.
Yes, the Arizona Sun Devils, all of them, will show up in your room. Moving on to Spotify records that have been surpassed. Mariah Carey and her timeless Christmas song, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Some would say the best Christmas song.
I mean, that thing has bought yachts.
Personally, do you have a yacht because of All I Want for Christmas Is You?
No, but I'm sure somebody who made that
yacht.
record bought a yacht because of that record.
Maybe.
Or not that record, but that song.
But it just broke the global Spotify record for the most streams in a single day.
I wonder what
Can you
day
guess
that
what
was.
day that was? Christmas Eve, of course. 10.8 million streams in one day. The previous record, by the way, was held by XXX Tentacoin, or Triple X Temptation, I believe is how you say his name, for a single "Sad!" exclamation point, which had 10.4 million streams on one day in June 19th.
Yeah, the day after his death.
His death. That's kind of crazy, but it's fitting for if any of the Christmas songs we're going to do, it was that one.
You know what this also means?
What?
Everybody has Spotify.
Yeah, that just show you that millions of people have Spotify.
Yeah.
Next up, we have a sad story, and I heard about this one after it happened. In Indonesia, there was a band named 17 who was performing. A tsunami hit while during the performance in the islands of Java and Sumatra. Two of the band members are among the 222 people killed from the event, and 3 members of the band are still considered missing. The remaining band and crew are suffering from injuries and broken bones. The tsunami hit without warning following the eruption of Te Anak Krakatoa volcano.
That means it was an underwater volcano.
Yeah, between the two islands. So yeah, our hearts go out to the victims, the families of the victims, those who are recovering from the tsunami, and the band as they kind of pick up the pieces. And I'm sure...
Yeah, tsunamis are no joke.
Oh, yeah, no, jeez.
They're insane.
It's insane, and for all you guys that are like sharing the video or pictures of the stuff, please stop. Like, it's not helping anybody to just play it in an animated GIF over and over and over again. Stop doing that. All right, let's move
I
on.
didn't realize that was a thing.
It was happening on Twitter.
Okay.
And people were like, being pissed off and they're like, no, stop that.
I didn't
Don't
know
do
that was
it.
a thing. Okay. Yeah, stop
Next up, so we have this is actually a follow-up to a story that we covered 3 years ago on this podcast. We mentioned that Jerry Heller, former manager of the NWA, of late, I should say, he is dead,
Yes.
was suing the film Straight Outta Compton for $110 million. Well, the lawsuit is at last being dismissed by a California judge. The lawsuit, way back when, alleged that the film used Jerry's name and likeness without permission, and that he was painted as a bad guy and a sleazy manager who took advantage of the rap group. This is all true. Heller died 2 years ago at the age of 75.
But yeah, it's no longer a case now. The judge threw it out saying it's a biopic.
It's a biopic.
It's a biopic. Get over it.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. That's it for television. Or wow, music news.
Music news.
We're going so quick. I didn't even know where we were.
I know. We're only at just over the half-hour mark here.
All right. Well, let's roll right out of this. Then, did you listen to any music this week besides Christmas music? I sure didn't.
I sure did not. Well, yes, I did listen to some music actually.
Yeah.
But for that, you'll have to listen to tomorrow's podcast.
Oh, we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, we will.
All right. Moving on then to video games.
All right, and we have no new releases.
We have no new releases, but that means we get to roll right into the news.
All right.
First up, Blizzard.
Our Irvine company here.
Yes, our neighbors in Irvine. The company has been quietly cutting costs, as we mentioned, kind of follow up last week's story about Heroes of the Storm.
You're right.
Including employee buyouts, a broadening of the finance department, and a limitation of budgets for any team at the company that isn't directly making video games. The employee buyout rules have been relaxed and opened up, as before it was only available to those in customer service who had worked there over 5 years, but recently opened that up to QA and IT positions, and have lowered the number of years required to take a buyout. This is in contrast to the hiring of its game development teams and new games in franchises of Diablo and Overwatch. So the company is moving some things around.
Yeah, they have a cute name for it.
Okay.
It's called Crossroads. I think I wrote it down somewhere.
It's not on that story.
I thought it was. It's called Crossroads something.
Okay.
But yeah, it's basically like Career Crossroads is what it's called.
Career Crossroads.
Yeah, you've done this for 5 years and you kind of want to do something new, so they will pay you.
Yeah.
To leave the company.
Which is really, really nice. And that's a thing that I think other companies should offer more often. And I'm glad Blizzard is opening that up to multiple kinds of jobs. So that way, if you're just over testing and you don't want to be a tester anymore, you're not just off on the streets trying to figure out what you're going to do next.
Mm-hmm.
It's really smart.
It's a nice thing, but also Blizzard's a really big and kind of powerful company.
Yeah.
Or at least they were, until Activision got involved.
They still really are. I mean, Blizzard on your resume is going to get you some places in the video game industry for sure.
Yes. Oh, yes, it definitely will.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's move on. Our next story is yet another story about the tumultuous year that Fallout 76 has had since its release.
But this is a maybe good, or this is kind of like an apology.
Yeah, in a way.
Thing.
For anyone that has logged into Fallout 76 during 2018...
Which means there's still about 5 days left for you to do it.
They will get 3 free games next month. Fallout 1, Fallout 2, and Fallout Tactics. Players will get the games as part of the Fallout Classic Collection, which was originally available as a pre-order bonus for the game, but now will be available for anybody who's logged in. The games have been available for free before, and the deal will apply to those on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC players. I believe previously this was a PC-specific thing that now is getting console release.
Yes. But how do you feel about that? Pre-orders that are just being givenly, willfully out there?
I think this is, like you said, a smart apology in a way. I mean, I don't know if I would care about getting these games for free, because as the story mentions, they've been available for free in previous editions as well. And also, Fallout Tactics sucks. Well, so there's that.
Not only that, but these games themselves are 15 years old.
They're also very old, and I don't know if the average person who's really into Fallout 76, whoever the hell they are, would be interested in playing a top-down Fallout game from 1997. I don't know. I don't know that person.
Who knows?
All right, let's move on. Our next story is about speedrunning, and you know how much we love speedrunning.
However, this is not about amazing games done, awesome games done quick.
No, it's not, but it is about the Global Speedrun Association. Get ready for competitions. It will be called a competition called PACE, which I guess is an acronym, but you don't have what that stands for.
They did not give the acronym.
All right, there will be a competitive runs during this of Super Mario 64, Celeste, and Super Mario Odyssey happening in April of next year. Location and ticket info is to be announced in the coming weeks. However, some speedrunners are not taking this as a good sign, as they say that it bends to calling it esports and could lead to sports betting and move away from the hobbyist nature of what they do.
Well, here's the other thing. So when you do speedruns, you usually restart a bunch of times in order to get that one perfect speedrun.
Yeah.
But to do like a good speedrun at a consistent basis is intense. Like when we watch Amazing Games Done, or even Summer Games Done Quick, they'll do like four-player Mario Race competitions.
They'll do competitions. It's just that the framing is different. As soon as the context changes from this is for charity and then this is for bragging rights, like that's a different mood. And then you have kind of like I kind of agree with some of the speedrunners here, where it like kind of moves away from the spirit of the community.
Right.
It's like they're a bunch of friends. That's all that community has been and always will, has been and still is. It's just people who get together and talk about the games they love and run them really fast. It's never about who has the best time. It's always about how the community worked to get to the best time.
Well, yeah, because it's not just one person who figures out...
It's several people.
Like the glitches or the speed cuts or the shortcuts. It's a community effort of, well, hey guys, I found this. Try this out. This will save you 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's disappointing, but we'll see what this thing actually is once we get closer to April when they run it. Also, speaking of, we're getting very, very close to Awesome Games Done Quick, which will be in January.
Yes, it will be in January the 13th, the second Sunday of the year, and we'll run that entire week. Wait, is that... Yeah, that's the 13th, I think.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I can't wait to see more. I love it. It's one of my favorite things that happens every year. So I'm very, very excited.
Well, it happens twice a year. This one, I think, is for the Doctors Without Borders.
Oh, okay. I think you're right.
It's either Doctors Without Borders or it's the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Yeah. It's one of those two. They always flip them between January and July.
Yep. All right, let's move on then into... an update about PlayStation Plus.
So, we have PlayStation Plus.
We do have PlayStation Plus.
I like it for the free games.
Well, there'll be less free games soon.
Aww.
As Sony has confirmed, they will no longer be offering free games for the PlayStation 3 or PlayStation Vita's platform starting in March of next year.
We knew about this. We reported on this.
But in case you're wondering about how the PlayStation Plus program has been going, here's some fun facts for you.
So, is it worth it?
Well, Sony has given away 76 video games at more than $1,500 in games for PlayStation 4, PS3, and PS Vita so far. That's not a lot.
Yes, but that's also if you're going to use all three platforms.
The game average is a critical score of 70, which is 2 points lower than last year, in case you were wondering. Most of the game's scores, or the average price per game, by the way, that you're saving, if you remember, $19.85, which is pretty good. And an average age of 3.2 years old. A lot of newer games have been putting it on the service, which is probably moving that average up.
Probably.
Or down, I guess. Most of the game's scores range between 60 to 80, with only 3 games over a 90. I would guess that's probably when they did,
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think of what the most critically... Oh, Journey. Stuff like
Journey
probably would have upticked that.
They did God of War 3 Remastered.
God of War 3 would have been up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it will be interesting to see where it goes with those platforms dropping off from here, and what they will try to incentivize having just PlayStation 4 games on there.
Well, so far there's only 2. They only offer 2 games for PS4.
Right.
So that's dropping from 76 games a year to 48.
Yeah. But still, I would say it's still a good deal. You need PlayStation Plus to play online anyways. So if you're already doing that, then it's pretty cool that you get free games every month.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you need it to go online,
Yeah.
are the free games just like a giveaway at that point?
I think
Or would they go away from it because you need an online
I think at this
subscription?
point, I mean, it's mostly the free games that are making that thing worth it. At least to me.
Yeah.
I don't play online that much, though.
I don't either, but I like it when I am able to.
Yeah, it's like why I bought the Nintendo one, is because, like, I know I'm eventually going to need to have this.
Yes.
All right, well, that's our last story, then, about video games, which means that's our last story about the Media Vote podcast, because all I've played is more Super Smash Brothers, but you guys already knew that.
I didn't get so I bought my roommate Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
So I will be getting into that for 1 month and exactly 1 month.
1 month. All right, sounds good.
As at the end of January comes Kingdom Hearts 3.
And your entire life will be over.
My-
You'll have to play that nonstop.
Yeah. For 100 plus hours till I 100% everything on
Until
that.
it's over.
And then I get to redo it again.
Yep. So look forward to that content. But for now, that will do it for the Media Boat Podcast. And that wraps it for Season 3
We're
of the
done.
Media Boat Podcast.
Well, yeah,
We'll be
we're
back.
done with episodic season 3.
Yeah, we have our specials to come, as I mentioned. Tomorrow we will have music going up for our year-end wrap-up. Friday we will have video games going up. And on the 31st we will have our special, final 2018 wrap-up special. Then stay tuned, though, because January comes with a new season of the Media Boat Podcast, entering Season 4 with a bang. We will be changing up the format a little bit. And,
Do you want to talk about that here? Or
no, I want us to be surprised that we'll explain on our first show.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll talk about that and more when we get to it in the new year, in 2019. But
So
for now,
so our first show would be January 2nd then.
January 2nd would be our first show.
2019.
Crazy, right?
Oh, 1 and 2.
2019. We're almost to the 20s. The roaring 20s.
The roaring 20s. Back again.
All right.
The re-roaring 20s?
The re-roaring 20s. But yeah, for now, that will do it. Tune into our specials the next couple days and our special on the 31st.
All right.
But for now, Happy New Year and have a good one, guys.
All right, you want to plug away?
Well, yeah, I didn't mention, if you want to watch us live, our next live show will be in January, but if just to let you know, you can subscribe anytime to our YouTube channel. Just search youtube.com, search Media Boat Podcast on there, find and subscribe, and you'll get notifications when we go live. It's pretty cool. We're also on audio form on podcast sources like Apple Podcasts or anywhere you get your RSS feed-driven podcasts. Type in Media Boat Podcast and you'll find us there, and that's where you can download our audio-only specials, including the ones we mentioned about our year-end wrap-up. You can also find us on social media. We're on Twitter at MediaBoatCast. We're on Facebook. Just search Media Boat Podcast. You'll find our page. We're on Patreon if you want to donate to us, as little as $1 a month. Next year, maybe we'll have some more news about Patreon, depending on if we actually get some help over there. Twitch.tv is where you can find us streaming video games every once in a while. It's twitch.tv/MediaBoat. I'm sure we'll be streaming some Kingdom Hearts in January when we get that. In fact, you might even be streaming some Red Dead for us.
Maybe. I got the Xbox version for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can hook that up.
Yep.
Figure that out. Maybe we'll be doing some streaming of Red Dead then, pretty soon here. Then lastly, I think of that might. Oh, and MediaBoatPodcast.com will probably be returning next year once we figure out exactly how we want to treat the content on there.
Yep.
But for now, that'll do it. So see you guys on our specials or next year.
Well, or next year, or yeah,
or 2019,
or you can go back and listen to our specials right now.
Right now. All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye. All right, YouTube after show. I was not keeping track. I don't think we had anyone.
I read the feedback.
You read the
so
feedback?
We're good.
All right, Dad Donovan.
Ray Donna Dad.
Ray Donna Dad. All right, we're gonna stop with the streaming, and we'll see you all later.
Bye.
Bye.